Hello, Michelle here with Soulful Alignments. Okay, so I've been sitting here thinking, and it keeps hitting me about how, a lot of us are people pleasers. That's what you'll hear people say. Well, trust me, it's not an intentional thing. Oh, we're approval seekers. For some of us, it's intentional. Okay, but when we're aligning our soul, you don't worry about what everybody else thinks of you, because then it'll be leaving you feeling out like this barren tree, shut out and left out in the cold. The more you worry about the opinions of others, the actions of others, what they think of you, well, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Because you're sitting here doing this. Well, I'm trying to achieve in my own world. What am I? Look, I'm waiting. You can't be feeling like that while you're waiting for your blessings or jobs or whatever it is you're trying to come in. You just be sitting there waiting, watching nothing. You got to you got to break that tower down, tear it up, because you got to do you first. If you can't do you, you can't do nobody else. So you need to be strong, and that comes from within, and so when we're aligning souls and trying to help people do that, we give them advice. Now, the advice I'm going to give you, it might not be advice that you want to hear. It might not be advice that you like. You may not agree with it, and that's okay. It may not resonate with you. It might resonate with somebody else. But I guarantee you that it's going to grow you some. So, it's one thing to help people like me. I don't mind doing things for people at all. But I'm not a doormat, and I got my own thing to do, and if I can't do me and you too, I don't need to be doing nothing but me. Because me comes first. Sometimes you gotta be selfish. But, so we're trying to help you come into alignment with your higher self. So how do we do that? With positivity, love, light, a little bit of criticism, but mostly a lot of guidance. We can't, we tell you go in solitude, look within, you'll get a lot of answers that way. I know, it's difficult. Well, I'm already like that, yes. But then you get tested in life and you get knocked down and you gotta get back up and renew what's there. So when people say, you've changed, now you're just learning a new level of who this person is. So, this person is like a lot of people. They're very deeply emotional, but they're not showing it. So when you're dealing with people who are trying to drain your emotion and your energy, you kind of got to guard it a little bit. It's the truth. It'll bring back, justice, trust me. Don't really get too bad, or it's going to feel like a personal betrayal, like you've been stabbed in the back, it's not like that. So, let's see. Messages, give advice to people who are stuck in people-pleasing situations. What advice do you want me to give folks that are stuck in people-pleasing situations? So that's funny. I wouldn't say, get more involved in work. No. Find something to keep you busy, somewhere to distract you. Strengthen your faith, Take a challenge. See how far you can take it. A goal. Something like, get a grant, make some improvements on your house, make some kind of do improvements to your yard, your landscaping. Make a decision to not be distracted and confined by that kind of situation. You don't need anybody's approval but your own. Now, it'll be a slow-going process, but it'll better your future. Be mindful of how you speak, regardless of what you think. It's not in what you're saying, it's how you say it. So sometimes the best way to deal with situations like this is to be the bigger person and use integrity and words, you know. That is just some of them. So alright. Because people pleasing it's weird when you're doing it with good intention, and it's weird when it turns a whole nother way. Okay. So that means, okay, you need to go outside, walk around on the grass, run around, plant some plants, pick some flowers, some vegetables, you need to follow your intuition. If your intuition is saying, well, I care about this person, I want to help them, but it's making you feel like, exhausted and wore out, that's something you probably need to relinquish to the Lord or someone else that may be better qualified to do that. It's okay if we're not qualified to do every single thing in this world. You need to tie the situation off so that it's not a problem anymore. It's emotional healing. Don't be ugly, but, because I promise all this, tying off these situations and, showing people what you're willing to allow and what you're not, making boundaries is the big thing. It will bring you a whole new beginning. So just have hope, And, again, use your intuition, being caring, loving, nothing wrong with that at all. But, your well-being matters too, okay? If you're feeling like you're going to get stabbed in the back by somebody, oh, well, I got tied into this. No, at any point in time, you're willing to walk away. If it hinders on your peace and your personal health, your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, walk away. It doesn't matter who it is or what it is. There's that tower moment. You got to tear it down and rebuild it. Generational curse, I guess you could say. Runs in the family. It can affect your relationships if you don't handle it. We're our own worst critic, and we're our biggest fan on the earth, aside from our parents. Yeah. Okay, so kids bring about change. If you have children in your family, and most people do, be around children, put energy into them. All this, please the kids, grow the kids. They're like little plants, grow them. But still, use your intuition, mostly. Follow it. You can't blame nobody if you get stabbed in the back if you knew better, Yeah, see, you're dissatisfied with your life, stuck in a rut, but glass is not empty, okay? Help from unexpected places coming. Snap out of the funk you're in. Ooh. See, there's that truth and justice. Balance. Movement. Haha. See, you'll see movement quickly when you're dealing with people like that, so I appreciate the views. I appreciate the likes, the love, the subscribe, the comments, your time. Most importantly, time is one of those things we'll never get back. So if you'll do me a favor, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please share it with your family and friends. Please like and follow my Facebook page, Soulful Alignment, same as YouTube. If you would like to book a reading with me, the only way you can do that is by emailing me with my name, your name, and what you want to read about, and I'll get back to you. So the email address that you need to contact me at is soulfulalignment73@gmail.com. You guys have a blessed day.